Commitment and accountability are the foundations of every leader's journey, and without it, the road to success is riddled with obstacles that could have been avoided. Before a leader can expect unwavering support from their team, they must first embody that same level of dedication themselves. It's not just about showing up. It's about standing firm when challenges arise, staying true to the vision when the path ahead is unclear, and persevering when doubts creep in. A leader's commitment is the invisible contract that assures the team, "I'm all in, and I expect the same from you." Without this, the team will sense hesitation, and hesitation breeds uncertainty. People need to see a leader who believes so deeply in the mission that their passion and conviction become contagious. It's this belief that ignites the spark in others, transforming them from passive participants into driven contributors. When the leader falters in their own dedication, it sends ripples of doubt through the team, weakening trust and diminishing accountability. For Robert, our campaign manager, this lesson comes with a steep learning curve. He's discovering that being consistent at his job isn't enough. Campaign leadership requires more than managing tasks. It demands a relentless commitment to a vision that doesn't yet have shape, to volunteers who don't yet trust him, and to a goal that requires collective belief to achieve. As he begins to understand, his team is watching every move he makes, searching for signs of true dedication. If he's not 100% invested, why should they be? Commitment is the glue that holds accountability together. It's what drives a leader to follow through on promises, to step up when things get tough, and to inspire the same resilience in others. For Robert, this realization marks the beginning of a transformation, not just in how he leads, but in how his team begins to see him. Today's hesitation can be tomorrow's breakthrough, but only if he chooses to lead with unwavering conviction. The journey starts here, with one critical question. How far is Robert willing to go to lead by example? Commitment and accountability are universal pillars of leadership, transcending industries, cultures, and institutions. Whether in governments, corporations, churches, nonprofits, or community groups, the presence or absence of these qualities can determine the success or failure of any endeavor. Leaders are the compass for their organizations, and their level of commitment sets the tone for everyone around them. Without accountability to their objectives and to the people they serve, even the most ambitious goals can crumble under the weight of inconsistency and mistrust. Commitment begins with a leader's internal decision, a quiet but powerful moment of clarity. It is the point where belief transforms into action and a vision becomes a personal mission. It is unwritten, built not on contracts or external expectations, but on the leader's own belief system. A leader committed to a cause doesn't simply state their intentions, they live them out daily, in every choice and action. Their unwavering dedication inspires trust, energizes their team, and creates an environment where accountability becomes a shared value rather than an imposed requirement. Accountability, in turn, acts as the structure that supports commitment. It ensures that promises are kept, progress is measured, and integrity is maintained. Leaders who embrace accountability show their team that they are not above the mission but are part of it, bound by the same principles they expect from others. This creates a culture of reliability, where everyone understands that their contributions matter and that success is a collective effort. When a leader commits fully, 100%, to their objectives, the possibilities expand dramatically. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become challenges to overcome, and limitations transform into opportunities. A leader with complete commitment can inspire their team to achieve what initially feels impossible, from uniting diverse communities to solving complex problems or achieving breakthrough innovations. Commitment is the invisible force that propels organizations forward, forging resilience in times of adversity and clarity in moments of doubt. In the end, commitment is not a fleeting emotion but a steady, deliberate choice rooted in belief. It is a promise to oneself and to others that the mission is worth pursuing, no matter the cost. Through this promise, leaders build not only successful teams and organizations, but also legacies that endure. Robert's background in commitment and accountability was rooted in his professional life, where consistency and reliability were his strengths. For years, he had shown up at his job each day, executed tasks with precision, and upheld his responsibilities without fail. He considered this the essence of accountability, being dependable and ensuring that the work was completed. However, as a new campaign manager, Robert was beginning to understand that accountability and leadership required more than personal reliability. It demanded a deeper connection to the team, a shared vision, and the ability to inspire commitment in others. He was now realizing that his professional habits, while solid, were insufficient for the challenges ahead. The team he inherited was a patchwork of personalities, experiences, and dedication levels. Each volunteer brought their own story, their own reasons for joining the campaign, and their own level of belief in the mission. This made the task of fostering commitment and accountability a complex one, as Robert had to navigate their unique motivations and concerns. Among the team, Nina stood out as the most committed. She had been part of the campaign from the start and was driven by a deep passion for the cause. Nina believed wholeheartedly in the candidate's vision and brought an infectious energy to her role. Her commitment translated into exceptional effectiveness. She always completed her tasks ahead of schedule and often went beyond what was asked of her. Her door-knocking efforts were particularly impressive, as she not only met her targets but also built genuine connections with voters. Nina's enjoyment of the work was evident in her enthusiasm and positivity. To her, volunteering wasn't just a duty, it was a purpose. This high level of commitment made her a cornerstone of the team and a role model for others, though her intensity sometimes intimidated less engaged volunteers. On the opposite end of the spectrum was Todd, whose commitment was minimal. Todd had joined the campaign reluctantly, feeling pressured by a friend to contribute. His lack of enthusiasm showed in his approach. He often arrived late, left early, and avoided tasks that required significant effort. Todd's effectiveness was predictably low, as his disinterest led to mistakes and delays. While he didn't openly oppose the campaign's goals, his disengagement sent a clear message to others. He was only there out of obligation. For Todd, volunteering felt like a chore, and he found little enjoyment in it. This lack of commitment created friction within the team, as others had to pick up the slack, and it tested Robert's patience as a leader. Somewhere in the middle was Alex, whose commitment fluctuated. Alex believed in the campaign's mission but struggled to balance volunteering with the demands of his full-time job. On good days, he was an asset to the team, bringing his logistical expertise and calm demeanor to the table. He had a knack for organizing events and solving last-minute problems, making him a reliable contributor when he was fully engaged. However, on days when his energy waned, Alex's effectiveness dropped and his enthusiasm dimmed. He enjoyed the work in theory, but often found himself stretched too thin to fully embrace it. His moderate level of commitment was a reflection of his competing priorities, leaving him torn between his dedication to the campaign and his need to maintain personal balance. As Robert observed these varying levels of commitment, he began to see the ripple effects they had on the team's dynamics. Nina's high energy often highlighted the shortcomings of less committed volunteers, creating an unspoken tension. Todd's disengagement lowered morale, as others grew frustrated with his lack of contribution. Meanwhile, Alex's inconsistent commitment created unpredictability, leaving Robert unsure of how much he could rely on him at any given time. These dynamics underscored the importance of fostering a culture of accountability and commitment, one where everyone felt equally invested in the mission. For Robert, this was both a challenge and an opportunity. He realized that his team's effectiveness was directly tied to their level of commitment, and that their enjoyment of the work played a critical role in sustaining that commitment. Nina thrived because she felt deeply connected to the campaign's purpose, while Todd floundered because he lacked that connection. Alex's middle ground position showed that even partial commitment could yield positive results, but it also highlighted the need for greater alignment and support. Robert's own journey mirrored the team's struggles. He was learning that leadership required more than managing tasks. It required inspiring belief. He had to demonstrate his own commitment, not just through words but through actions that resonated with the team. This meant showing up not just physically but emotionally and intellectually, bringing a level of energy and focus that would encourage others to do the same. As he reflected on the current situation, Robert saw the potential for growth, not just for his team, but for himself. He began to think about how he could elevate Todd's engagement, support Alex in finding balance, and leverage Nina's passion to inspire the group. He understood that fostering commitment was not a one-size-fits-all process. It required understanding each individual's motivations and barriers. By addressing these factors, he could begin to build a team where accountability and commitment were shared values. Robert also realized that enjoyment was a key factor in sustaining commitment. If the work felt meaningful and rewarding, volunteers were more likely to stay engaged. This insight led him to consider ways to make the campaign experience more fulfilling for everyone, whether through recognizing contributions, creating opportunities for growth, or simply fostering a positive and supportive atmosphere. In the weeks ahead, Robert planned to meet with each volunteer individually to understand their perspectives and identify ways to strengthen their connection to the campaign. He also recognized the need to articulate a clear and compelling vision for the team, one that would unite them and give their work a greater sense of purpose. By aligning their individual efforts with a shared mission, he hoped to create a culture where commitment and accountability became second nature. As Robert prepared to take these steps, he felt a mix of apprehension and determination. He knew that building a committed and accountable team wouldn't happen overnight, but he also believed in the potential for transformation. His own journey of commitment had only just begun, and he was ready to lead by example, showing his team what was possible when belief and action came together. Through this process, he hoped to not only achieve the campaign's goals, but also create a legacy of leadership that would inspire others long after the campaign was over. Building high commitment within a team is not only possible but transformative. It begins with a single, powerful truth. Before a leader can inspire commitment in others, they must cultivate it within themselves. This internal commitment is the foundation of everything that follows. It is a leader's anchor in moments of doubt, their compass when navigating challenges, and their reservoir of energy when the path ahead feels uncertain. Without it, efforts to inspire others will lack the authenticity and conviction needed to take root. The journey to building commitment is not a short one. It requires time, effort, and a great deal of intentionality. A leader must be willing to invest in this process, knowing that the rewards, while not immediate, are profound and lasting. Building commitment is not about quick fixes or superficial gestures. It is about creating a deep, unshakable belief in the mission and aligning actions with that belief day after day. The tools for building this commitment begin with self-reflection. A leader must ask themselves, what do I truly believe in? Why does this mission matter to me? How far am I willing to go to uphold my values and achieve my goals? These questions form the bedrock of personal commitment. From there, leaders can use practices such as goal setting, visualization, and consistent action to reinforce their dedication. Celebrating small victories and learning from setbacks are equally important as they build resilience and momentum over time. Once a leader has established a strong commitment within themselves, they can begin to extend that commitment to their team. This process, too, requires intentionality. Tools such as clear communication, trust-building exercises, and shared goal setting can help align the team around a common purpose. Leaders must model the behaviors they wish to see, demonstrating accountability, perseverance, and enthusiasm in every interaction. Recognizing and rewarding contributions, fostering open dialogue, and providing opportunities for growth are also essential in nurturing team commitment. The time it takes to build this level of commitment varies. For some teams, the process may unfold over months, while for others, it may take years. The timeline depends on the starting point, how aligned the team already is, the challenges they face, and the leader's own readiness to guide the process. What matters most is consistency. Commitment is not something that can be rushed, but it can be cultivated steadily with deliberate effort. The bright future that can be created through this effort is nothing short of remarkable. A committed team is a force of nature, capable of achieving goals that once seemed impossible. With everyone aligned and fully invested, the energy, creativity, and resilience of the group are amplified. Challenges that once seemed daunting become opportunities for growth. Individuals find greater purpose and satisfaction in their work, and the team as a whole becomes a model of what is possible when people come together with a shared mission. For Robert, the campaign manager, this future could mean transforming a group of volunteers with varying levels of engagement into a cohesive, unstoppable force. It could mean seeing the candidate's vision brought to life, not just in the success of the campaign, but in the relationships built, the lessons learned, and the legacy left behind. This future is not guaranteed. It requires work, patience, and belief, but it is within reach for those willing to commit fully to the process. In the end, building commitment is about more than achieving specific goals. It is about creating a culture of accountability, trust, and shared purpose that endures long after the task at hand is complete. It it is about showing what is possible when people come together with a belief in something greater than themselves. For leaders willing to take this journey, the rewards are profound: a stronger team, a brighter future, and the satisfaction of knowing they have truly made a difference. Now it's your turn. Take a moment to evaluate your own level of commitment. Are you fully invested in your goals, or are you holding back? Reflect on where you are right now. Are you consistent in your actions? Do your efforts match the vision you have for yourself, your team, or your community? Honest self-reflection is the first step in building true commitment. It's not about judgment, it's about clarity. If you find areas where your commitment could be stronger, know that there is hope. Commitment isn't fixed. It's something you can build, one decision at a time. Start small, set a clear goal for yourself, and take one intentional step toward it today. Over time, those steps will add up, and your belief in yourself and your mission will grow stronger. Strengthening your commitment is worth the effort. It creates resilience, focus, and a sense of purpose that transforms not only your leadership but also the lives of those you impact. Imagine what you can achieve with 100% commitment. There are no limits. If this resonates with you, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Together, let's take the journey towards stronger leadership and a brighter future. Thank you for joining us today and exploring the vital concepts of commitment and accountability. The fact that you've taken the time to learn and reflect shows your dedication to becoming a better leader, and that's where true leadership begins, with intentional growth. Remember, leadership isn't about waiting for the right opportunity. It's about starting where you are, with what you have, and building from there. Every step you take towards strengthening your commitment and embracing accountability brings you closer to the kind of leader who inspires trust, drives change, and leaves a lasting impact. No matter where you are in your journey, know that leadership can start today. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. The small, consistent choices you make will define your path and influence the lives of those around you. You have what it takes to create a brighter future for yourself, your team, and your community. If you found value in this video, we'd love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll join a growing community of leaders dedicated to learning, growing, and making a difference. Thank you, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you. See you next time.